the one side. It's the family bloodline. What's good, family? We back.
Hello, everybody.
Well, I was just getting into it. You hear me?
Oh, like
Yeah,
that was so cute, the little Christmas intro.
yeah,
Tis the
yeah.
freedom. Tis the freedom.
I found it and I was like, oh man, this is the season. Tis the season. I got my lights put up and I found some more lights today while I'm still unpacking. Uh Found some more lights today and I put them up around a little bush that wasn't getting as much love and as much color as I
Okay.
wanted it. And I think I'm gonna piss off my neighbors because
Oh,
I got a light and one of the settings is a strobe.
Oh, no, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna switch it after a while, but
oh my God!
I
I'm
was
about to
about to
get.
say, I shall be Monday. Like,
Don't be.
all
I go knock.
right,
I be knocking on your door every day. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm gonna go get some strobe
I,
lights.
I would Karen the hell out of you about a strobe light. I will. I would put my Karen on and I would be over there in my robe and rollers. Sir,
Yeah,
sir, turn off your strobe light.
So, are
it's
you festive too, Wanda? Do you decorate and everything for the holidays?
To a certain extent,
Mhm.
like I decorated at work so far. I haven't done anything at home. I plan
Okay.
to do it tomorrow though, since I got my niece and nephew here and my kids are here. I was gonna break out the Christmas tree and let them do their thing. Normally, I have a theme for my Christmas tree and I don't let them touch it. I decorate it myself, but I'm gonna let them have at it, and we might make some ornaments and stuff. So we'll see what happens.
okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, y'all decorated up, ain't you, Dirt?
Yeah. We go all out for the holidays. You know what I'm saying? The kids, they they into it, but they don't ever help do nothing though around the thing though. You hear me?
Hi,
It be
sir.
me and the wife doing everything.
We ain't even talking about football. What are you?
Hey, get your picks in,
What
sir.
up, sir?
And you might end up winning another hoodie.
Mhm.
So get them in.
Always a pleasure. Well, we ain't seen each other yet, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna hop on later on. But
Hopefully,
always a pleasure to see you, fam.
Y'all
always.
gotta please excuse my yawns. I'm like, I don't know where they came from. All of a sudden, I just started yawning. So I apologize in advance because they gonna be they here, and I've been trying to shake them and they ain't going nowhere. So I
You
Oh
apologize in
man,
advance.
we got everybody picked but Wanda picked, sir. You can get in on this while you here if you want
Oh my
to.
goodness, I
But
did
me and
not
T did
pick.
our picks Tuesday, so
Yeah,
yeah.
my baby had a orchestra concert, so I was not available for our meeting
I'm so
because
worried about it.
I was so too busy parenting, guys.
how was the
I had
concert?
it was really cute. Um, you can definitely tell that they've been practicing from where they started from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gotten better. There was fifth grade, seventh grade, and eighth grade, and you can hear the difference in each class. So
Do you let
they,
cuz practice at home or you be like, hey, stop doing that
it honestly depends. It definitely depends because she plays violin, her sister plays trombone. So
Dirt was a
some
trombone man.
sometimes they decide to play on Saturdays that I don't have to work and I'm in bed resting, and I be having to shut it down for a minute. I'm like, hey, give me to at least noon, brother. Like, I like, come on now. They be downstairs
Right.
Sounding like the Charlie Brown band, and
Not the
I just
Chucky Brown band.
I just be trying to get some rest, and I really don't be wanting to say anything because I love the fact that they're practicing, and I
Yeah,
love the fact that they love their instruments,
Thank you.
and I'm not trying to like I don't want to stifle any growth or anything, but mom be needing to sleep.
Thank you.
I wo-
That's
I
all.
work
Thank you.
I work 40 to 50 hours a week, and
I'm killing it.
Yeah,
yeah.
you used to play the trumpet. You used to get your lessons at home.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. So me and Carlos started. We both started out playing the trumpet at the same time in fourth grade. And when I tell you, we drove my mama up a wall. Didn't know how to play a single note, but you couldn't
Oh
tell me
my
at that point
god.
I wasn't Miles Davis Jr.
Oh Jesus.
I was, but I ended up getting pretty good at it, quite honestly. But
Yeah. Being a small guy, I wanted to pick the biggest instrument, but the
You wanted the
goddamn
tuba?
tuba. No, I went trombone. I played trombone,
Okay.
but yeah, the tuba was goddamn. That was too much, goddamn. And the big ass boom, boom, the bass drum. Oh yeah, I
yeah,
couldn't. I couldn't rock with them. I couldn't even stand up with them. So trombone was the biggest instrument I could get. You know what I'm saying? Like Jig say, like in fourth grade, and I can do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
But my daddy used, hey, take that ish outside. Then I go outside. Hey, get that on my front. I'm like, I can't
What do you
win.
want me to do?
I can't
Right.
win. But yeah,
I used to play the
that,
violin, and I was decent, and then I stopped. So I mean, I might pick it up again, see what I if I still got it. We'll see.
so I always wondered that. Can I still do it? I can still read the notes and everything. I'm like, well, can I still actually produce some music? You know what I'm saying? Sound
Yeah.
worthy music, so
yeah.
Hey,
that's great. You
all you
part of
gotta
the
do is
community,
pick it
Wanda.
up and try.
You one of them parents letting them like, okay.
Look,
Cause
I
Titus be around
mean,
here dribbling that damn basketball. His mama be yelling, "Don't dribble that ball in my house." Be like, "Let
Oh
him."
yeah.
But then he get the dribbling right when I'm at. Dad, he talking to me,
mm,
dribbling the damn ball. Dad, I'm dude. What?
mm,
Yeah. So that's why I was telling you, get them tennis balls. It'll help develop their handles, and it ain't nearly as much noise. Nearly as much noise. Now, since you got Legend, it might be an issue because he gonna be trying to chase the tennis balls down.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
so let's uh let's get through hit these picks. Let's hit these.
y'all didn't pick already.
Yeah, we
We
picked.
pick.
We
So
doing this.
we just need yours. I can't
Yeah.
Uh,
find nothing.
I don't necessarily have to pick,
Oh,
but
here we go. Here we go. That's the question of the night. What are we drinking tonight, family?
well,
Yeah.
I finished my drink already, so I was drinking. This is called Wink. It's juicy mango THC seltzer.
We.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like Lance. I usually smoke my bud. I mean, I usually sip my bud. What do you say?
Hey,
Uh, I'm sipping on a
I
little
had tequila
trad-
earlier too, though.
traditional Jack and Coke. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm rolling with tonight. A little Jack and Coke and
So
a little Budweiser. You know what I'm saying?
okay, all right. I have it's a tea from Herbalife, and maybe I shouldn't have called them out like that because I brought it to the house. Right, it's an energy tea, and it's absolutely splendid. It kind of tastes like a grape Jolly Rancher, and then I had to make it a little more adult. I topped it off with a little cobble wobble, a little tequila. So yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
you all got to do with the Wanda.
well, like any other mom in the world, I love naps. So if whenever I can get whenever I can get a wink in, I'm gonna get a wink.
right.
Yeah, I ain't say no more.
I love naps and wine and evidently THC. So here we are.
Hey, it's a lovely combination to me. That's all I'm saying. All right, Dirt, hit us with the roll. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's get after these picks.
All right. Week 14, we got well, we did the
I'll do
Patriots
this.
and
I'll do
Steelers.
this quickly.
Yeah, we do it quick. Me and Jig did the Pats and Steelers. We both lost that one because the Patriots
Oh my
came out there
God.
and they dominated. Oh my
Oh
goodness,
my
Jig,
God.
thank you. So we got to do that one. We got the Texans and first the Jets.
I'm gonna go with the
J-
Texans.
Jig took the Jets. Me and Wanda took the Texans. I got the Rams versus the Ravens.
Ravens.
We all took the Ravens.
Of course.
Panthers versus the Saints. I got Sir down
Saints.
for the Texans. Wanda took the Saints.
Oh,
Me and
scrap.
Wanda took the Saints. Jig took the Panthers.
Write this down for sir.
Sir, yeah, get Sir picks. He rolling with the Rams. Okay,
Texas Rams.
he took the Panthers. We got the Colts and the Bengals.
Bengals.
Mm. We
Nope.
all took the Bengals. Go.
Texas
I'm gonna
Rams.
take the Bengals. I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Okay, we all took the Bengals. Buccaneers versus the ATL Hope. Dirty
Uh,
Bird. That's what my boys say. Dirty Bird.
I'm gonna go with
They
the
Dirty.
came back.
Bucks.
They are the biggest Atlanta fans now. All of a sudden, Wanda, you took the Bucks. Everything. Trey Young. They got Trey Young jerseys when we went to the game and stuff. So they the biggest Atlanta Hawk and Falcons fans ever now. All of a sudden, okay. We got the Jaguars versus the Browns.
The Jags.
Me and Wanda took the Jags. Jig took the Browns. We got the Lions and the Bears.
Ooh. Lions, Tigers, Bears. Bears.
Wanda took the Bears by herself. Seahawks versus 49ers.
49ers.
We all took the 49ers. Vikings versus Raiders.
Raiders.
Okay, big dog. That's the energy. See what I'm anyway. Broncos versus Chargers. I ain't want to pick in this game, but I had to.
Chargers.
Chargers. You like them Thunderbolts. Shazam. Bills versus
Shazam.
the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Oh my goodness. See,
Of course.
we was there, Wanda. We was right there. And then you all
Uh,
right. Then,
she did right. She did right.
You be hating on the Chiefs, bro. I
Right.
don't know why.
Sunday night game. Eagles versus Cowboys.
Oh, Eagles.
Mhm. We all took the Eagles. We got two Monday night games this week. We
Yeah.
got the Packers versus the Giants.
Packers.
We all took the Pack.
Yeah.
And then we also got the Titans versus the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
We all took the Dolphins. So there we go. Week
Just
14
because I
picks
just
already.
just because I just watched Ace Ventura Pet Detective.
Why I left.
Laces out, Dan.
You got start picks. You need me to.
I got Chiefs, Cowboys, Raiders. Damn, sir, why you do that for?
Cause we fighting still, man.
Packers, Titans,
Hey, hey, hey.
and hey, what's going on, Spike and Titans? All right, so yeah, I got all the sirs picks. All we are
Got you,
is
got
content. Yes,
you. All
that is
right.
man, Spike. That is Spike. So yes, rounds of applause for Wanda's picks. And as we push
Finally,
this out,
finally got him in.
yeah, get your picks in. That way you can win yourself free family bloodline hoodie, depending on how many picks you get correct. And make sure you post it to either to any of our links, Gmail, .com, our domain. Hey, what's going on, Mickey Lou? What's happening, family?
What up, fam?
Hello there.
You can hit us. You can hit us on any of our platforms with your picks. That way, we can get you calculated, see what you want, and depending on what it is and what it looked like, you might be
Yo,
getting
yo,
a
yo,
free family
yo.
bloodline hoodie. Sir is the first one that got that hoodie, and we're looking for more people to get that hoodie out. These hoodies out to. So come get
Correct,
your
correct,
merch while you can. Come get it while you can.
I
correct.
pressed I stopped my camera.
That's that T. That's yeah. That's that. Hitting you. That's it's hitting you. That's good. So we are going to be pushing forward. Let's talk about we still with the mess, and this is a laundry. It's a gambit of shit, right?
Oh
It's a
my
gambit of
god.
stuff. So yes, we getting into that right now, Spike. What's the discussion this eve? We're still with the mess, and so let me go back to my notes so I can read it properly. Dirt and I were discussing. Uh, it says, "Give me one for free." I didn't work my whole life.
You
Damn.
know,
So the basis of this during the meeting was trying to figure out essentially why do we glorify all the negative issues, and that's the shit that we push out. That's the stuff that we become consumers to. But
Mhm.
the opposite aspect of that, all the positive stuff that we could be consuming, we've decided not to. So specifically, and just going down the laundry list, and we'll put the link in
I
the chat.
turned the camera off.
But going through the list, one of the first things that like stuck out to me was Cam Newton had to talk with Charleston White
Oh
at
Jesus.
an interview. And during that interview, and don't let me steal no thunder from you. If you want to get into this,
Go
all
ahead, go ahead.
right.
You rolling, you rolling. Go ahead.
And so during this interview, the thing that Cam was telling Charleston White essentially was like water down your message so we can digest it easier. We want to be able to we hear the message you're sending out, but we can't digest it because of the way you're pushing it out. So maybe clean it up a little bit. And Charleston's White, his pushback on it was, y'all don't tell these rap motherfuckers to clean their shit up, right? Y'all ain't telling people who talking about murking somebody, hurting somebody else, selling dope, right? You're not telling the young ladies who will stress for a hot quick second. My pee is pink and my booty hole is brown. Take me to Pound Town. You
So
dig?
he spoke about. I'm gonna cut in right there because so
You
I'm
got it.
losing my thought. He spoke about that. He spoke about the women, but he also this is where I gave Charleston White his praise, his flowers, because he spoke about holding the men in the community accountable. We just had that podcast last week about holding each other accountable, you know what I'm saying? Men, women, you know what I'm saying, men holding men accountable. And that's his focus. He went
Right.
out there, he resonated, he speak about the women and you know what I'm saying, women rappers and all that and what they speak about because he's like, I got a young lady, you know what I'm saying? I'm raising a young girl. So at the same time, the stuff we hear on the radio, Sexy Red, you know what I'm saying? He got the name off a bunch of
Rihanna,
rappers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got the name off a bunch of rappers and artists. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when he met the that's where my problem came in with Charleston White. He had a lot of positive things, but he's a big hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things he was speaking on,
He don't preach and he don't do.
and he spoke about religion as well. You know what I'm saying about being like he don't. His mother was I can't even get the words. A real Christian. His mother was a real Christian. You know, Cam asked me like, "You're not a Christian?" He like, "No, I'm not a Christian because I believe. You know, not I don't believe, but I not only choose to do sin, but I love the certain things that I sin about. You know what I'm saying? You know, I hope, man, his interview was great, but just
he was.
just holding people in the community accountable, men in the community accountable, I can agree with.
And so I'm a pick up on the list that I was pushing out, and we don't have to talk about these in any specific order. It's just for consumption right now. Give yourself some time to think about what you want to say, formulate your flow before you hop on. Because again, we got one person in the background waiting right now. We're gonna bring you up in a second, flow. But let me push out all the rest of the subtopics, as it were. So it was Charleston White, and then it was conscious rap versus drill rap, right? Because more people will consume drill rap or anything of that nature.
Hey, cousin.
What's going on here before they jump over to like the Talib Kweli's, right? And then I was talking the Bad Girls Club versus a positive, successful woman being pushed out and promoted in front of that. um, Hood life versus being essentially a prosperous person without having to resort to slinging dope or anything of that nature, but simply working, putting your nose down, finding something you love and grinding in that and being successful. Like what we would call them folks essentially are L7s or the squares, right? That's what it comes out to being. And another thing is I'm trying to read my hand right, and I can tell when I started feeling tipsy here. You know
Mm-mm.
what?
Mm.
I'll
Mm-mm. Let just
figure.
just
Let's just let it flow. Let's just let it
just
flow.
I like
No pun intended. No
use
pun intended. But let's let it flow.
I'll
just
figure
let
it
them
out.
use you.
Look,
Let
look,
them use you.
that's the list so far. That's the
Yeah,
list so
yeah.
far. So we can pick up on any of those aspects and jump into it. So where y'all want to head first? Everybody getting tips. Yeah, that's that St. Louis slang.
Yeah. Let's let our guest come on and let's see where he coming from and
Um,
maybe we can piggyback off of that and let other
Yeah.
guests come in and you know what I'm saying, get their views and thoughts.
Flo,
I
you are
just
on. And
Y'all
let me
doing?
make
How y'all
sure I
doing?
put the link in there
Oh,
again. What's
great,
going
great. How you
on,
doing, King?
All right, all right. Uh, I got a couple of. The first thing I would say was maybe that Charleston White and Cam Newton interview.
Mm.
Loved it, loved it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
did.
definitely understood Cam Newton's portion coming from the professional white collar side of the world,
sure.
Correct.
and I definitely understood Charleston's White. But just like Dirk said, hey, freaking, what person in today's society, besides "Don't Shoot Me,"
Talk your talk.
Louis Farrakhan
Okay.
stands on everything, every time, anytime that he says something. What person today can you say stands on anything and don't change their ways about anything? If he had 15 toes down. I say that to say this, because you couldn't tell me one fast enough. Could you tell me one fast enough?
No, go
Not
ahead.
a
Talk
one.
your talk. Talk your
Not a
talk.
one.
You got
So
the floor every time.
I say that to say this. When those people are, like I said, he comes from a white collar, well, not come from, but he's rich. Charleston White is trying to come up or is coming up. Uh, Charleston White made a great valid point. When he was in there doing with the bow ties and talking proper and doing this and that,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
no
conversation.
attention. And he
Right.
wasn't doing it to get attention for himself. This dude actually knows, hey, just how these damn fourth and third graders talking about let me listen to Pound Town. This is what people gets people attention when he does get on there and talk like and act like a nigga. Because
Yeah.
that's what drafted today's people attention.
Right.
Correct.
So, like I say, with that being said, I definitely understood where Cam Newton was coming from as far as him trying to calm it down, but we've been calming shit down too damn long. And just go ahead. Excuse me if I'm losing too much foul language, but just go ahead.
Not at all.
The
It's you
truth
good.
always hurts. We would rather hear a comfortable lie than hear an uncomfortable truth.
Yeah.
No, no facts, facts. Saying that, yeah.
So I'm all for the way Charleston White comes across. Because guess what? When it comes down to especially us, and I'm not gonna say brown people, I'm gonna say black folks, we get a slap in the face every damn time. We don't get a handout for anything. So why not just get it straight to us and don't lie about any of
So
it?
so so that's but see, that's my argument with the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like Charleston White will give you so much information. He'll hit you with so much facts, you know what I'm saying? fact this, fact this, fact this. And then Cam, you seen the interview. Cam turned around and be like, "So do you disagree with how this person moved in that situation?" He was like, "No, I don't." He agreed with how the person would move, but he's sitting up here trying to be positive for the community. Like he's telling us we need to move like this, we need to move like that. But in all essence, he's moving opposite of what he's saying. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's a bad message. You know what I'm saying that he's putting across. But he got a lot of facts. He got more facts than he got flaws. You know what I'm saying? I give you that. He got more facts.
And
But
so
go
go
ahead,
ahead, man.
Jay. Take the floor. Take the floor. No, I'm
I was
just
just
saying.
gonna say, so do we miss the message because of the bigger message because of the smaller action, or how do we begin to perceive these things, right? So to answer your question, Flo, Dr. Cornell West, Eric Michael Dyson, and Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? Those are three men that I can say the stuff that they say they stand on.
I didn't
Uh,
ask you that. I asked him that. I knew you was gonna say something real fast.
I ain't know we were
And
still
I'm not
thinking
calling
about
you
it.
out, bro. I'm not
I ain't
calling
know
you
we were
out.
still thinking about it. I thought it was
I'm
right
not
then.
calling you out. Yeah.
I thought it was right then.
Yeah.
but so I think like to Charleston White's point is we get so zoned in on the actions that we begin to miss the message, right? And I tell you, corporations had this shit down to a T, right? Corporations, they give us action, they show us small actions to get us in our feelings, and we maneuver towards those actions, but we actually miss the message that they're putting out or what they're doing, right? Because what the corporations are doing is they're bleeding us dry of everything that we really should be wanting and needing and actually doing. We should be doing the opposite of what these folks are putting out, but because they can spark just a small measure of feeling in us, we take off and we begin to consume this the shit that they want us to take the rap industry for instance, right? We know a lot of the lyrics that they talking about are a bunch of bull, right? It's bullshit, but people jump into that stuff and start wilding out to the point that these like motherfuckers are really believing this shit. People are really believing that these cats are getting down like that, right?
But like Charleston White was saying, a lot of them are getting down like that, and they put it in their songs. You know what I'm saying?
And and so I disagree with
And
them
which
on.
is why they're dealing with RICO charges
No,
and
they
stuff
are. They
now.
are.
So
Cuz. They are. They put it down word for word, rhyme for rhyme, how it was how it was all put
and
down.
they
I
dealing
can
with the RICO charges and everything else. They using their lyrics against them in court. And if you that dumb to put what you're doing out there like that,
yeah,
That's
and
why they are trying to implement rap lyrics into the court system. That's why
yeah.
they're trying to hold them accountable for their lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them actions are what they doing. You see what I'm saying? So
but that's not
both.
all, right?
It's
That's
not
not
all
all,
of it. It's not all of it. No.
right? So for the ones who are caught up right now, YSL, they caught up because yeah, they were moving like that.
So
But
this is what I was gonna say, and
Give me
I'm
two
shut up,
minutes.
G, because I didn't catch it. This is what I was gonna say. Are we programmed by the culture?
so
Are we programmed by black culture?
there's a difference, and I think we have to be careful with the words that we use when it comes to this stuff, right?
Okay.
So this is the best way that I can describe it, right? Because when we're kids and we're going into school, into the school system, we are getting conditioned, and we're getting conditioned to be pushed and hurled into a level of indoctrination, right? Once we get placed into that level of indoctrination, we're simultaneously being programmed for a specific result, right? So it's not an automatic programming, because if they try to simply push stuff out, we would directly refuse it. It's a boiling the frog, a continuous type of deal that's happening. And so it's the wheel that's spinning. So we got like so that's the thing that's being played here, and that's why, like, I understand Charleston White, because Charleston White, he also trying to get his money, right? That's why his
So- and
are
that's why I'm saying he just so what makes him different than the next hood guy or the next corporate guy scheming? You know what I'm saying? What makes him different than that guy? You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, or like we all said, he came from criminal, the same background as some of the people that he's talking about. He came from that background. He had
Sure.
murder. He had a murder charge. He had, this and that. He come from a background of crime. But he says he was so much more of a reader. Then he know how to come. He know how to sit before the judge and the parole officer and such and
Yeah.
such people. You know what I'm saying? You still scheming, bruh. Like so. So I resonated with a lot of parts of the interview. Like I said, I got the positive, I got the scheme, and I got the person, I got. So it still come back to us. Like I think
I don't.
we all still looking for that
I was
advantage. You know what I'm
thirsty.
saying? You know how they say all crabs trying to get people out. You know what I'm saying? Crab trying to climb out the bucket and pull everybody down. I
Why
think
did
Stop
that's what.
laughing at me.
uh that's that THC drink? But yeah, it
Um,
is a crab in a bucket. But this is what I say. This is part of what I say to it. Because there, on TikTok, for some reason, there's this huge thing where everybody's bringing up the patriarchy and everybody's bringing up these tag words of white supremacy and so on and so forth, right? But what I keep trying to insert to people is no, that's not what's happening. After we're no longer being taught what those systems are. We know what those systems are. At this point, through various different mechanisms, we're teaching ourselves how to do it and not just teaching and programming ourselves to stay with that, but we're passing it on to our kids and to other generation. And when people fall away from that, they get ostracized and they're looked at as being odd, off, or different, right? Because you don't fall into those things. What you got, Juan?
no, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know who this person was before y'all
Yeah.
sent it to me. Like I don't know who Charleston White is. Never heard of him. Never seen anything he's
Really?
posted.
Yeah.
Never, never. Other than the little clip that you had sent, Dirt, I was just like, this guy's a clown. Basically, is what it came out. Like,
Gotcha,
I'm just,
gotcha.
I'm just gonna be honest. Uh, um, I've never heard of him. But as far as um, I guess keeping it real at all times is what I'm guessing is what he's pushing.
That's a good point, Wanda. I
Nobody does.
shit. I did not think of it like that. I don't
I
That's the
mean,
culture, though.
second.
So that's back to my question. Or well, you answered it
I mean,
somewhat,
and you're
Jig.
probably one of those people who thought, what was that dude named Kevin Samuels was a goat, a beast or whatever. So I mean,
I
I, I mean, I'm just saying,
And
like,
one of the two
there's
people
like
that I
the like
disagree with, Wanda. So
so I mean these
Who are the
two
two people you disagree with?
Charleston White and
and
Samuel,
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels.
I'm gonna be on here a lot because I like both of them. So you gonna definitely debate on here. I like both of them.
And I
so
love the conversations. You see what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
Because
Yeah. So
like
I
I
is
mean,
say,
I mean,
both of them guys, they talk, but then they hypocrites, bro. They the same
Who
pretty
people.
isn't
much,
these days? But who isn't?
because he was definitely smashing the chicks that he was trying to put down. So
I
and
smashed a lot of low self-esteem bitches back in the day. I'm just saying, shit. I
No,
hey,
understand.
facts. I mean, I'm just
I'm
saying,
just saying,
but to come on and bash, that's what I say about. That's what I was telling Jig when we was talking Tuesday. I was like, um Charleston White, he come off as a, you know what I'm saying? He come off as that guy in the room. He know he can't win the fight. He gonna be loud in the room to draw the attention. So, you know what I'm saying, to get shut down, you know what I'm saying? Security come over there and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like
boy,
he
yeah,
right, and we talked.
yeah, I don't disagree. It's a ploy. He's a
and
caricature, right? He's
He's a
playing. He's
character.
yeah. He's playing a character. And the funny thing about it, and I sent this to Spike on TikTok earlier, is we all getting pimped by this system. Like no mistake about it. One, and not only are we getting pimped by this system, but we're asking the system to pimp us. We want more of and it's unfortunate if you look at the movies that are being produced and pushed out. If you listen to the music that's continued, if you look even with the news that's being pushed out, we want this shit. We asking for it.
I can't tell you the last time I actually watched the news, and honestly, like as far as music, I'm still listening to my stuff from '90s, 2000s. I can't get with the new stuff. I can't, and
The pump
I
up
watched
the
the
damn
BNN, the
pump it
Black
up.
News Network.
so, huh?
I listened to the Black News Network and
The
ESPN.
BIN. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't like. I don't. I mean, I choose to not introduce extra negativity outside of what I can't control into my life.
That's a smart move. Juan. I'll be honest with you. That's a really smart move because that helps you separate a lot of different things, unnecessary stress, unnecessary anxiety, and
Right.
you're not pinpointing on certain things. Like I like the Black News Network also. I listen to Roland Martin down there every morning. I also listen to dang it,
He
I can't.
reminds me of a koala bear. He's so he just, I like
yeah.
Roland Martin, but he reminds me of a koala.
but
He
but
just makes me happy when I see him. Like he like a little koala bear.
hey, he be getting that, folks. But one of the things that I remember when I'm listening to them is that they're also pushing to a specific base because that's where they're making money and profit from. One thing is several things that'll never stop making money in America: racism, politicians, and bullshit. When I
Don't
Yeah.
say
forget about don't forget about ass.
well, that's part of the bullshit. Like prostitution is one of the oldest.
Bah.
Huh?
I
And
said
politics
bah.
and politics.
Yeah, right. That's just part of it. That's the
Well,
honest truth.
speaking of
And
politics,
again,
the Republicans just
all that debate.
had their debate, and I heard a couple of clips. I heard a couple of clips. Hey, I'm like the Republicans be getting with it. Like they be with all the smoke. Like seriously.
They want it. Yeah.
They
I
get
was like,
down.
yeah, I was listening to a couple of clips. I was like, if you put that to a high beat, they got bars. They
And
got bars on the Republican side.
the problem is, so DeSantis debated Newsom not too long ago before he went to this actual debate
Did he just
also.
get kicked out of the government?
Dude,
Did he just get
No,
Newsom,
kicked
not
out of
yet. No,
Congress?
he fighting.
yeah, no, that's Santos.
Santos, he
Mm.
fighting.
Yeah, that's all again, but that goes back to our point,
He
right?
made
See how black
somebody
people
mad. He
see how
made
black
somebody
people
mad and they told on his ass.
see
And
how
he's
some black people are part of their community because like we not just part of the community, but we thinking of world affairs and what affect us later on in life. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great conversation right here. You know what I'm saying? So
I should have brought that whole pitcher of water up here with me.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is how far American bullshit travels. This is how much of the mess that we're with. When I was in Iraq, right, and I had to correct this motherfucker real smooth, like, but I heard this white dude calling the what's called the local nationals, the Iraqis. He was calling them sand niggas, and I was
Mm.
like, you just brought that shit over here. That's American bigotry at its finest. These folks don't know nothing about the N word, but this is what you just introduced to this environment. That's how deep seated this shit is, right? That
correctly.
Hey,
our
Shadow.
We done
hey,
run this miles and miles away.
yeah, I was in South Korea and they was looking at me hella crazy. I was with a group of white soldiers, but they looking at me. I mean, pinpointed in on me. Now I know I stand out in the crowd. I got that. But
Duh.
You're
Hey,
like the
Jig,
fly in
I
the milk.
Jig, I remember when you came back home and we went to the strip club. You was like 18. You
Oh my
had just
god.
enlisted. You came back home and we went to the strip club. And there was a couple Mexican next to they was like El Grande nigga that. You know what
Grande,
I'm saying? They like you was huge to them back then, bro. Like in 90, you know, you
yeah,
was huge.
that's it. I went over to Juarez, Mexico. Went to the wrong side by accident, but
You
when I
ain't
was
go by accident. You was in El
Nah,
Paso,
hey,
Texas,
hey,
because
I was
I've
about to
been
say
oh,
staying
and
there
hey,
did
too.
by
hey,
accident
You
with
he
him.
went to go see the donkey show with your
no,
nasty
I
ass. I
wasn't
know
in
you
Tijuana. I
did.
was in Juarez. I was in Juarez, and we meant to go to the tourist side, and we got in this cab, and this dude took us off the beaten path, and all I kept hearing, because we had to walk back, all I kept hearing was, mira, negro grande. Mira, negro grande. I was like, I know what you motherfuckers are saying.
Right. You turned to me, and you was like, I know what these motherfuckers saying. And this is club in East St. Louis back in like, you know what I'm
Lord
saying?
have mercy.
2000.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, but Flo,
That
you was
shit
about
crazy.
to say something, man. Not my bad.
Go ahead, Flo. My bad.
I forgot what the fuck I was
You
going to
El
say, but
Grande
let's keep going.
nigga too. Hey, bro, you El Grande nigga too. You pull up.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna look
What
at you
is
like, hey,
happening?
Mío,
like we like
poquito
everybody look
negro.
at you.
Poquito, un poquito, okay?
No.
See,
Too small.
wait,
Ain't nobody.
say that again.
What? Or
You
little. He
really?
said something little.
Poquito negro.
We keep that.
And don't let Flo lie to y'all like that.
I ain't finna. I'm gonna push my mic
He
over
just
here
stood
so
up
he can talk.
and he literally just stood up and walked around the kitchen. We saw he's not little.
And
So
he was getting protein. You see what I'm saying? He had a whole. It looked like a church of chicken box back there, Popeyes or something. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you all in my pants. You shit.
Yeah, you was flowing it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? El Grande. You know, hey, we do it big over here.
Come
Hey,
on, sir. We're gonna bring you on. Go ahead, Flo. You got it.
Go ahead, bro.
so I do
hey,
has to
Uncle
look
Sir.
with what Wanda said earlier, as far as disconnected from just the news and everything else. I personally, like the last 2 weeks,
I see what he's doing there.
the eye opened up, I
You
guess
see
you
it. I
could
seen
say.
it too, Jig. I seen it too.
And freaking had like a mental breakdown because I got tired of seeing white people killing black folks, shocking them, uh, how they're doing. Hell, I can say what I want to say. I'm retired now. They fly all these white folks over here and give them places to stay, and they can't help none of the damn poor people, on a day-to-day basis. Uh, just just everything in a total, just from serving, just a whole bunch. When you actually have time to sit down, it's like everything hits you at one time because nobody's I guess you could say controlling your every thought, your every move. When we're on the last thing, they said, do we do things out of fear? The majority of the time we did do things out of fear of us not being able to take care of our children, fear of not being able to hell, if we didn't do this, you're going to jail. Because when you
Yeah.
black and in the military, it's the same damn way. Them white boys get a hand over you before we do, all day. But with that being said, like as far as stepping away from social media and just the news in general, this world, especially the U.S., we thrive on negativity.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that you see. As soon as when you cut it on, as soon as you cut it on, and then they're helping these people, but just don't help us. So I was like, you know what? I need to just take a step back from it all, and not just
Yeah.
worry about anything but me, myself, and I. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely mess with us, bro. Cause we had a conversation about us and
Yeah, I
just doing
definitely
better.
just
Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead. You
no,
ain't
I'm
spoke a
just
lot.
saying no, I just literally just I just choose to focus on what I can control. And I mean it may be a little disconnected and may seem a little selfish, but
Mm.
that's just how I'm rocking these days. So
Got you.
it's not that I don't care. I just said with everything that personally I got going on, I can't afford to care about everything else.
Mm.
Amen. Yep.
Mm. What you got, sir?
Still like voice.
Um, I've definitely
Loving
always
the hoodie,
appreciate
bro.
y'all
Wait a minute.
podcast.
When you get going, bro. Wait, love the hoodie.
Loving the hoodie.
We seen what you did with the hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Hoodie.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Get your football picks in. Even if you ain't a football guy, get your football picks in. Blast them on whatever site you on right now, and we gonna get them. You know what I'm saying? That's how he got that hoodie right there. He flexing,
Yeah,
looking great in that.
no
Oh,
question. Um, so I want to bring up a few points really quickly. I'm trying not to be
Mhm.
long winded, but let me salute Wanda really quickly for taking a very concerted stand in filtering your life and protecting the sanctity and atmosphere of your home, the
Mhm.
lives and minds and hearts of your husband and your children
Mhm.
Absolutely.
by becoming disconnected and not worrying about, because that may not be your lot in life, right?
Mhm.
Um, so that's fine if you need to disconnect to reconnect to what really matters. So I just want to briefly salute you on
Mhm.
that.
Well, thank
There's,
you.
there's nothing wrong with that, nothing selfish about that. So very quickly, I'll be as quick as possible. Um,
Take your time.
when when you're so there is an agenda.
Preach, take your time. Preach, take your time.
There is a social agenda, right? There is a actual practice called social engineering.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when your environment reflects the other avenues of sensory perception, like the media and the music and the political climate, right? We tend to have our perception shaped by those things. So this is why more often than not, because there are exceptions to the rule, that people tend to choose or glamorize or glorify the negative because it's consistently being reinforced in our community,
Hmm.
our everyday lives, TV shows, the movies, and the music, right? Uh, and fortunately, people like Wanda, right? There are people like Wanda who have become aware to this fact and have learned to guard themselves and their families against the what's the word you smart people use? The inundation of these overwhelming
Nah, that's
avenues of
way too
media,
big of a word. I'm smart,
right?
but damn, that's a big word. Oh, bro.
And I wasn't, and that's just who
My
I
bad, bro.
am, Dirk.
My
Right?
bad,
That's
bro.
just who I am.
My bad, bro. I just like no, I wouldn't have thought of that one, but yeah, go ahead.
I want to real quickly, right, say when we talk about dialogues between people like Cam Newton and Charleston White, right? That that is like a contrast of Dan Rather and Stokely Carmichael, or excuse me,
Different
Kwame
individuals. Yeah,
Ture.
right. Different individuals.
Charleston White is a grassroots individual, right?
Yeah.
He lives in the community he talks about, and I often need to say this, and not saying this about any of you, but just about humans in general. I hope we mature past the point where we used to think like those generations before us, where now we attach the truth to the lifestyle. That does not have
Mhm.
to happen, right? All great philosophers and provocateurs of thought, right, have been people who have been disliked, and by virtue of them being human beings have not been able to live up to the things that they champion. But as long as these things that they're championing are truth based, we don't need to be concerned about how they're living as much as we need to be concerned about is what they saying the truth. I'm gonna give you a quick example, I'm gonna be quiet. On the corner of Delmar and Hamilton, it was an old man named Mr. Willie. Mr. Willie used to get drunk as a skunk. I was getting ready to run across the street on the red light. Mr. Willie grabbed me. I mean, excuse me, on the green light, he grabbed me and said, "Boy, you can't run across that street. You'll kill yourself." Now, because Mr. Willie was drunk, I was offended. I went home, told my granddaddy. My granddaddy said, "Boy, this is just what he said. Boy, did he tell you right?" I said, "Yeah, granddaddy. He told me not to go across the street." He said, "So what do drunk got to do with it?"
Mm.
Mm, mm.
So the point I'm making
Perspective.
is,
Perspective.
I
I like
right,
got
the
those.
it.
point, the point, right, the point I'm making is that only in certain sectors and realms of the human experience do we expect people to adhere to the message that they're giving. 9 times out of 10, one of the most popular sectors are pastors. We expect a preacher to be preaching about God and not go sell no dope. So that's an
Mm.
expectation that he must carry. But people like, let me see, let me think of some people real quick. Socrates, Aristotle, W.E.B. Du Bois, all these great thinkers, none of these men were perfect. They were
None of
all
them
criticized because they challenged the status quo. But
Mhm.
nonetheless, in their own imperfection, what they were still telling us were truth.
Mhm.
We can even make it, we can even bring it on home even closer. Our parents told us truthful things And 8 out of 10 of them, they probably lived up to. I'm gonna even say 7.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you took it
Right.
too close to home, sir. You took too
That's
close to
true.
home. But them facts, facts though. Go ahead, preach, bro.
So with that, what I'm saying is Cam Newton is doing what Cam Newton has been positioned to do for a person in his position. He he's sent to calm the field nigga down because see the people that's backing him, the people that's backing him through contractual law and contractual agreement, they own him. Nobody
Mm.
owns Charleston White. That's what make him dangerous.
Yep.
He don't have to follow the dictates and rules of a higher corporate mindset, right? And like Flo was saying, black people have been so traumatized, right, that there's a book called Learner Centered Teaching, right? And it talks about how people who have experienced traumatic things, right, need the same intensity, not level, same intensity of trauma to shock them out of what they have experienced. Which is why, for the soldiers that are on here, which is why they stick them in them gas tanks, which is why they do live round fires, which is why they had them jumping out of airplanes, because they are using the intensity of these traumatic exercises to prepare them for the onset of possible warfare. When you are coming out of trauma, Charleston White is what he says he is. He's a shock jock. He's attempting to shock the system, right, with his outrageous and extravagant and flamboyant speech. Now, do I agree with everything he talks about? No, I don't. But at first I didn't like him until I started listening to him, right?
Yeah.
And we need someone. Now watch this, and I'm gonna be quiet. He doing a whole hell of a lot more than a lot of these high profile niggas with these degrees out here doing.
What you
Absolutely.
just said. What you just said.
But he
Absolutely.
antagonizing the system though, bro. He
But
antagonizing. He
Dirt, that's
antagonizing.
It
that is
takes
what's going that's what it's going to take in order for us to be jolted out of
I
this
get
dire
you, but
state we in. And remember, he's only one color on a palette of multicolored paints. He's only one person. So for every Charleston
I
White,
agree.
we have a Michael Eric Dyson, a Dr. Cornell West, a Dr. Joanne Guy, Dr. Francis Chris
But
Wilson, because I'm not gonna leave the sisters out.
they don't go about their movement the same way he going about it.
No, what I'm saying is he's one spectrum in a multicolored and multi
No, I
applicable,
agree with that. I agree
world.
with that. I agree
Right.
with that.
Just
But
like
he's not.
Malcolm. Just like Malcolm. In a
He antagonized. Man, you can't go into the man. He antagonized so much, and he is. Oh my goodness, bro. He
that's
go.
what he's
I think.
but let me
that
ask
is
you this.
his purpose.
Yeah,
Talk to
let
me.
me
Talk
ask
to
you
me.
this, Eric. How do you get rid of cancer?
You can
You
into the
expose it
doctor.
and cut it out.
Go ahead. Talk to me.
You expose it and cut it out. That's how you get rid of it. And that's what he's doing to a lot of these guys. He's exposing them. And then not only is he exposing them, they coming after him. And then he does exactly what he said he gonna do. He call the cops on their asses or he
But
hit
why
them
he
with
why
sticks.
why he gotta expose black people though? Why he gotta
Because
expose
that's
us?
that's that's the that's the community that he's talking to.
But
Cause
I'm
on.
saying
That's
why
Cause
you
on.
but why you gotta expose us? Expose these white people and what they do. Why you
what,
gotta
what,
Cause on.
say come to
well,
I,
us
let,
first?
I, 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 I agree with her. I agree with
I-
her. So
and
so
let me
G.
ask you this. Let me ask you this before
Go
before we push forward on that, right? Because you say that with a bit of certainty as if we don't know what's going on with the other side already.
man.
So
We
why
don't,
can't
but
you
like
expose
he
that?
putting us on forefront and he calling the cops on us. Why he don't call the cops on it?
If
Hey
if
G.
angry white
G.
folks
G. G.
attack them, he would.
Let me say this, and I'm shut up. Let me say
White
this,
folks
and I'm shut
attack
up.
he's attacking black people every day. So why gotta be an attack on you before you say something?
Uh,
Go ahead, Dirk.
See,
hold
you
on,
know
cause
more about him than I do. I've never heard of this man before in my life. So,
cause Jig asked me a question. Jig asked me about, and the first thing he asked me about was cancer, and I could tell Jig right now, uh, out of all our schools, Parkway Central, they had a student at Parkway Central back in
Calm down
19.
over there now. Calm down.
No. Parkway
No, I'm
Central.
messing
Parkway
with you, girl.
Central. I'm a
Yeah.
summit guy. I'm a summit guy. Parkway Central had a student. He was an Asian guy back in 1997, 98, 96, 96 through 98. I tell you like this. He graduated. He graduated from Parkway Central in 96, 97. Went on resonate. He found a cure for cancer
Mhm.
because that's what you asked me about. He found a cure for cancer. That shit's still not relevant to this day.
Yeah.
And this was
So
in the article. This was in the article. This was in so much more. And I was a
yeah.
big like I'm a big. I can't say I'm against Charleston White, but I was against Parkway Central. You know, I'm a Summit guy, so I'm against. So you know,
I got
you know the tide. You know the tide. So I took my hate and I took my views and I took what the opposite opponent was coming with, and I took it all in.
right. And so he wasn't the only person that done that. A couple of years ago, there was a sister. I can't remember her name right now, but she actually developed
Hadia
uh
Green, Dr. Hadia Green.
Yep.
yes, and she developed a technology to where she could lazily remove cancer, right? But that's not being pushed. It's not being promoted. You know what is being
The medicine.
the the medicine, and you know why?
To make some
Chemo.
money.
So you can
Yeah,
get money.
So you
there's
right.
there's
So they
money
they
made
benefit.
in fixing, and that goes
Yeah,
back to Charleston
we've
White.
definitely discussed that the money is in not in the cure, but is in the treatment.
Absolutely. And so Charleston White, again, going back to the statement of him being a shock jock, right? He's kind of circumventing that process by pushing things out, right? Because we're not going to be able to buy our way out of this. It's impossible. But if it gets exposed and you can begin to change the thought process, at
But
least
it sounds like from what Shot
They
is
can,
saying that
yeah.
he's locking everybody up. So if everybody
yeah,
gone,
He's
then
like everybody.
if everybody gone, then what are we saving? If
And
everybody's in
then
jail, what are we saving?
Who is he
and you
locking
know who's
up?
not
Threats to the community, correct?
correct.
I
But
don't know.
but
I
but
don't
Wrong or
know.
wrong or right?
but
If he's locking up threats to the community, I wouldn't give a
correct.
damn if it was my son that was a threat to the community. If you're a threat, if you're doing this, everybody can't
But
tell the
why
same lie.
ain't everybody
So
getting the
so
same
so
treatment? Because it's white people that's out here killing everybody too. It's white
He
people
don't
running
live
up
with the
in
white
schools.
people. He's talking about the people that are in his area, who he lives amongst. He don't live with the white people.
yeah. So like her testament, like cuz Old Testament, with the cancer. You bring cancer into the, you know what I'm saying? So you talk about Charleston White trying to fix a whole community. Our whole community epidemic is right now is high blood pressure.
okay.
That's the black community. High blood pressure is killing the
Somebody got a
empathizing.
hotline. They
Yeah,
better
It's
somebody
my
answer that
calling.
booty
sister.
call.
It's my
Oh,
sister. It's my
never
sister.
mind. You can
But
mute
but
yourself and
but
answer
so
your call.
many so take blood pressure medicine. So many of the cures in the black community is affected still by the politics, still society.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's so much more. You know what I'm saying? So we fighting a war for like the the projects and being stacked on top of each other. We always stacked on top of each other. So it's always
It's always gonna be there.
Yeah, but listen,
But
what
why?
y'all
I don't understand. Like you get young black people locked up or people who you feel come at you locked up. But why not learn this government and attack this government that make these laws that make it this way? And
he
you
tried
wouldn't have to go after black people. You don't nobody's paying attention to what's going on in the White House and what's going on up there.
Or
Because these laws that's what's getting everybody in trouble.
So
he
watch
tried
this.
or
You ever heard the
or even
term?
with it. Go ahead.
You ever heard the term? Who cares about the messenger? Did you get the message? Here's how he can. Here's how he's gonna. Here's how he can and possibly is already affecting the White House, the white culture. If he gets enough, or we have enough people to have our black kids stop doing this, stop doing that, because he's making examples and showing this, a little bit of fear has these kids sit their ass back down. Therefore, the jails don't get fed by our people. Therefore, the graveyard don't get put in by our people. So you not too. You got to weigh the good with the bad.
You do.
No, you
And
don't. I don't have to weigh that good with that bad because
I understand that, but
they getting flooded with us anyway.
he's
So,
saying the
and then
same
the
positive
thing, instead of
stuff.
getting them locked up, why not create something where you're mentoring and teaching them other ways to
Right.
do things, or
But
things of that nature?
I'm just speaking on Charleston White. He's saying a lot of positive stuff, but he's still agreeing with the negative shit. So
So
how is you preaching
Right,
a
because he'll
message
say
when
one
you?
thing and agree with the other. Like he'll say he
Because
won't do
he
this
one
and
of
then
those
That's
turn
my
people.
around.
argument with
Do what
the
I say
Charleston
and not
White
what I
situation,
do.
and us trying to progress as a culture and as. Go ahead, sir.
no. Go ahead, Dirk. Finish your thought.
Right? He didn't
No,
gave us the
that's
silly
pretty much
fingers.
what I was saying. Like he is saying
He didn't
he
gave us
hit
the
you with
silly
facts,
fingers
facts,
till
facts,
you
facts,
do
facts.
right by
Yeah, he hit you with so many facts. He'd be like,
me.
this positive, positive, and you'll be sitting there, you tune in, you like, oh,
Yeah.
I agree, I agree, I agree, I agree. But then he hit you with the same shit that I'm speaking on. I agree with.
And
How?
then you're right. And then I turn around and ask him a question and he'll be like, no, I wouldn't do that way, no way. But you want the other person to do it that way.
listen, yeah,
So
there's a specific
Thank
thing
you. Appreciate you.
that I hope
Jeez.
y'all take into account, right? And if you ever get the chance, either do the audio book or read the book, The Art of War, right? And there's a lot of different
That's too much
concepts.
book for me.
Well,
No,
I ain't gonna even lie to you.
so
That's too much
so
book for me.
G,
let me
let's say
let
no,
me say
you
this
go
real
ahead,
quick.
talk G. My bad.
Y'all
Go
are
ahead, talk
missing a
G.
huge part of multiple different concepts, right? If you simply take a war and try to fight it, you're going to lose. Wars are won by being successful in different battles and smaller measures that
Yeah.
equate to the overall goal. And you can't have the same battle captain fighting on multiple different fronts. You spread them out too much and they fail. So Charleston White is fighting on this level, but you do have the Cornell Wests who are running for president that are fighting at that level, right? You
And why
still
ain't
got,
nobody talking about that?
because it's not the popular thing, right? It's
What
not the
we got Charleston White out here.
right, and so
Dirk, don't do
that's who's
that.
getting the biggest. That's who's getting, his
I got
voice
a
is being
comment, but I'll still let G
Like
speak.
I literally heard that Cornel West was running for president like months ago.
yeah,
Trump gonna
Literally
win it.
months ago.
So
No, he's
Trump's
not.
gonna win it.
devil is a lie.
People not paying attention. Trump's gonna win
Devil
this.
is a lie.
so let's not deviate and let's understand what we were discussing, right, about Charleston White's tactics, and let's talk a little bit about his background for those of you who may not know, right?
I don't.
So so let me share this with you, Wanda. Charleston White is involved in mentoring and programs. He has a very extensive history of community activism with youth. He's
Hmm.
on several community boards in his hometown, in very
Now,
prominent
if he one of
positions.
these people that are on the boards is stealing the taxpayers'
No,
money,
no,
No,
then
he's
I
not
don't
doing
believe
any
you,
of
man.
that, Wanda.
He's
What I'm simply presenting to
I'm
the
just
panel,
saying.
what I'm simply presenting to the panel is that what we are seeing is the part of the iceberg that's above the water, but there is a lot that's under the water, right? That fuels
Hmm.
a lot of the views and beliefs that he has, right?
He a
Hmm.
hypocrite
And to
though.
the
He
and to
got
the
daddy
sister's
is too.
point, but hold on, to the sister's
My bad,
point,
sir.
right?
My bad.
Because I just want to add some clarity, right? I
Okay.
don't sell dope anymore, but I still have partners that do sell dope, right? And because I have evolved and elevated and matured, I can't act like because I don't do it, it's not a reality in the neighborhood that I live in, right? So
True.
what I need to do is number one, not participate in it, and I need to start to create some type of lifestyle and or activity or program, right, to guide those who have chosen, like I have, to not participate in the internal destruction of my community that way. So what we are all living in, right, is a dichotomy, right? We are all elevated, evolved, thinking, people who think, but we still live in the same communities that are plagued by gun violence, right? That are
Hmm.
plagued by human trafficking and all these other evils. So what I'm saying is, if the truth is what it is, right? let us not start attaching a person to the truth, and let's deal with the truth as it is. Because see, in the neighborhoods we live in, we want our children to be able to walk outside without the fear of being shot, raped, killed, and all that other foolishness. And
Mm-hmm.
like James was saying, that's just the particular front that Charleston White is fighting on. I'm gonna say this and be quiet. Do you know how radical it was for Martin Luther King to be talking about, let's be nice, we're going to
Yeah.
do it quiet, but at the
Hey, he
same
talked about
time
Martin. Hey,
Malcolm,
hey,
hold
look.
on, at the
He talked
same
about Martin
time
Luther King and Malcolm X.
Malcolm was saying, check this out, man, we're going to get these guns, and if y'all come over here fucking with us, we're going to kill y'all, right? So
Unalive.
they were two unalive, thank you, they were two sides of the same coin, right? But their methodology, their methods were different. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so concerned, as James was saying, with the front that the person is fighting on, as long as the end goal, right?
Oh no,
As long as the
no.
end goal leads us as a community and as a group to where we need to be. See, I'm not so concerned about what Charleston White is or is not doing. What I want to know is the information you giving me, is it accurate? Is it truthful?
Hmm.
As I detach it from who you are as a person, cause
All
and
right.
I don't even like this person, but I'm gonna quote him. Jay
Let
Z
me stop. Let
said,
me stop you. Let
"No
me stop you
one,
where it's on my
no one
mind,
walking
sir.
this earth is perfect. No one."
Let me stop you while it's on my mind, sir. Because Charleston White, he did with the interview with Cam Newton, he said the FBI said that Martin Luther King was more of a threat than uh
Malcolm X.
than Malcolm X. Because he was the womanizer, he was abuser, he was. They said Malcolm X was more of a stand up guy because they was talking about the, the conversation was about religion first and
Yes, sir.
foremost. You know what I'm saying? They spoke about religion. Uh, Charlton White spoke about his Christian lifestyle, and Cam spoke about his Muslim lifestyle. And Charlton White told him, he was like, the FBI said that Martin Luther King was more of a threat to society in America than Malcolm X was. Based on,
So
he was like, Malcolm X came home and he read the Quran, he stood on what he stood on what he was. Martin Luther King preached, marched, protested, and did everything he did, but he was a womanizer.
he
He was
was
he was.
he cheated on
That's.
Coretta.
I think that was more of a
Oh,
propaganda.
it's documented in American history,
That's
So
Black
propaganda.
history.
should we go back? So should we go back and redact every speech that he had and just burn it up now and throw it in the trash can because he was a
No, we don't.
womanizer?
We
No,
don't.
he still
We
get to have a
but but
dream.
I'm but I'm just
Exactly. That's all
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
but I'm speaking on the culture, on like, so like Charlton White spoke on like the pastors and the black leaders in because you know that the pastor is like the biggest influence.
Pimp.
He's big in the community.
Yep.
Hypocrite.
Well, he
No one's
used to
bigger
be.
than the pastor in the community because he's wise. He know more. He did this, that, woo,
He
woo.
used to
But
be Dirt. He used to
Yeah.
be.
He
Right
still is
now,
because
he's
we got
not.
mega churches.
but I'm saying now the mega churches are all. But I'm preaching on like the pastors are the biggest womanizers in American history for as our culture, for as our. You look
Hmm.
back, the Rolls Royce. Ain't nobody in the black community got no Rolls Royce, but our pastor do.
And so does the drug dealer down the street.
Thank you,
And
Wanda.
so does
Thank you.
but so you put the two and two together. You got the drug dealer
I'm just
down the
saying you
street,
said
and you got the
nobody. I'm just
pastor that
letting you
we
Right.
know.
go
He was
and pay
pimping
our
his
tithes to.
congregation and he was pimping on the street.
He, what's the difference?
So
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 that's the culture. So that's why I go back to like, are we programmed? And
before going to what you were saying about Malcolm, Malcolm made a very poignant statement, right? Before there can be any presence of our group on a world stage, before there can be any black, white, black, Asian, black, Jewish, black, Arab unity, there first must be black unity, right? And so we
what's the
we
program?
are we are attempting to self-contain this problem, right? Because as long as we got other people solving our problems for us, right? Number one, we're not learning anything. And number
Mm-hmm.
two, we're always at the behest of those who are solving our problems. What Charleston White simply is doing, right? The white people are the equation, right, of how we get to the problem. Charleston White is just dealing with the problem. So if you try to go talk to little Nuck Nuck and say, look, man, you don't need to be selling no dope. You know, this is a neighborhood we live in. My grandma, I ain't trying to hear that, OG. I'm tired of you old niggas trying to talk that black power shit to me. So Charleston White said, okay, I tell you what I am going to do for your funky ass. Hey, Officer Johnson, come
But
get this.
but why
Come
Charleston
get
White ain't
this.
gonna talk to little Nuck Nuck? Cause Nuck Nuck probably only 14. Go talk to his parents. Cause
Was,
Nuck
Where
but
Nuck
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 parents
parents at to get a
should have
Nuck
been
Nuck
on his
ass too,
ass.
so Charleston White ain't
but
gotta
but
fucking do
see
that shit.
but see now when you talk about being realistic, right? Because if the child is demonstrating some type of adverse behavior, more often than not, that there is some type of dysfunction or instability in their home lives. Cause see, I can point
Mm-hmm.
to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homes, and I know ain't none of them. I know Bubby ain't gonna get outside of himself because he got a daddy that's gonna make sure he get right back to
What's
Hey,
up?
himself.
Wanda, let the
Them
twins
two,
get out of hand, huh? You
yeah,
got a
that's what
set
I'm
of
trying to
twins.
tell
I
you.
got a set of twins.
That's what I'm trying to
Let
tell
them
you.
get out of here. You see what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
trying to tell you.
No.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That beautiful sister in the middle right here, let one of her children get sideways. She gonna snatch their
You
soul.
can
Her,
say all
her,
that. I do all that, but I can tell you this. I can tell you like this. My husband still sell dope out here.
But
You
see,
can't.
here's the
You
thing.
you gonna pick somebody up by their tank top. I can see you, bro. You gonna have somebody. You gonna have one of your kids hanging by their tank top. Like, hey, look here, bro.
But see,
Stop it.
this is the point I'm making, right?
I,
the
go ahead, bro.
Italian the Italian mafia has been able to operate in a criminal element in America for a long time, right? And let's be
Mm-hmm.
realistic. When we talk about the mafia, we talk about, sophistication, and we know they're criminals, but they dress in nice suits, and
mm-hmm.
they're really organized, right? When we start to
Mm-hmm.
do it, we demonize it, vilify it, and make it as if
Right.
because we're doing it, it's the most horrible thing in the world. So what I'm saying to you,
Yeah.
sister, is if your husband is still doing that, I believe that because of the woman that you are, that he's not out here doing it to be out in the streets. It's a reason bigger, just like it is for the Italian mafia, that he's involved in whatever illicit activities. Because see, not all drug dealers are raving, insane lunatics. Some of them actually do what they need to do, stack their money, and then they keep it moving. They do something else.
I'm a
So
prime example of one right here.
I'm just saying, that's the reality. Not all drug dealers are scum of the earth.
no,
And I'm
no.
not finna, I'm not finna
That was
be.
another point. That was another point Choice and White made. He was like, we don't teach our kids. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you pull up a cop pull up, and they like, why you ain't shoot him in the leg? Because all he was taught was to shoot send them ass. You know what I'm saying? In practice, that's what he's taught. We don't teach our kids. You know what I'm saying? When somebody pull up or a stranger or the police, we don't teach our kids about the police. You
Yes,
know
Yeah,
what I'm
we
I
saying?
do.
did. I did.
But to an extent, our kids ain't never been through that situation because
Mm-mm.
we got them out of the community that
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying
Yeah.
that we're trying to get them. You know what I'm saying? So they never live. So like we looked at last week, we did the Ti and his
King.
son situation. His
Right.
son privileged. My kids privileged. My kids ain't they don't know shit about the hoods for real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So if a
So
hood
they go to
situation popped off, like George
so
and White was saying, we ain't taught our kids about that shit. We was from the hood, but we
Right.
teaching our kids something different. You know what I'm saying? So our kids don't know that element of life. So when that situation pop off, they're not prepared for it.
Right.
So we need to teach our kids for every situation. The situation that we grew up in.
Mm.
Just think
So
about the shit we grew up in. Teach our kids. Go ahead, Flo. Go ahead, Flo.
so I definitely agree. I had to think back when even when I said I did, my kids weren't raised nowhere near where I was raised. I'm from the south side of Chicago, bro. 44th
Right.
and King Drive, the low end. So freaking
Southside, St. Louis. You hear me? Where I hear you, bro.
so freaking
Oh, these
uh
Southsiders. You
I
south
think
Come
side.
so.
on, sir.
Right before I did that podcast with you guys, I did a show in Vegas. My son, 25, was with me in Vegas. Now, here's why I just thought what you just said is means very whole lot. So my son didn't make it to the hotel at the same time as I did. So when he got there, they asked him, his name, so on and so forth. Let me see your driver's license. And then she was like, oh, actually, where his telephone number. Oh, you're from Chicago? And he was like, yeah, I'm from Chicago. I said, Tyreek, don't lie to them damn people. Don't lie
Hey,
like that.
hey,
You are from
Be
Romeoville,
honest. Be honest.
Illinois.
Right.
You are not from Chicago. You see the shit on the news. Chicago, you see the shit face to face. It's a big difference.
huge
Mm.
difference.
Yeah. So
Huge
I
difference.
definitely agree with you. But I did teach him as far as, like I paid my son a couple of grand not to join the military because he doesn't have the mindset for
Yeah.
the shit that these cats doing today. I ain't talking about no war. I'm just talking about all the BS that goes on behind.
No,
My
you've
son
been
wouldn't
there.
be able to deal
No.
with that.
So we don't prepare our kids for situational situations.
But let me throw. So this is what I do with my kids, right? Because I'm indirectly teaching them that this is a certain. I want them to get used to a certain lifestyle in a certain environment in a certain area, and if it doesn't feel comfortable to them, they need to leave it immediately because that's not where they need to be. And we talked about this on the podcast a while ago. If
Right,
I
right.
got to a certain point, if I got to go to a place and I got to have a pistol on me, I don't need to be in that place, right? And that's the same thing I teach my kids. If you show up to a venue and you don't feel like it's at the standard that I'm showing you, you need to exit stage left real quick because that's not where you need to be.
But as a
Mm.
child,
Yeah.
what situation do we have? We in that environment. We
No,
have
no, no.
no if our parents not moving or our parents not no, I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah.
speaking on situational stance. You know what I'm saying? If our parents don't move or our parents don't resonate with the environment, we stuck. That's kids.
But then
Right.
that's when the situational or the common sense that your parents got to teach you then. Because if you live in the jungle and if you and your parents live in the jungle, they got to goddamn it teach you how to survive in the jungle. If you live
Hmm.
in
But
the burbs, you
that's
get
what I'm saying.
that's a whole different thing.
We don't teach our kids about them situational moments. You see what I'm saying? We all been prepared for them. We all been through it. But our kids haven't lived it because we done all been through it. We don't want our kids to resonate with that same situation. So we move them. We relocate. You know what I'm saying? We try to make it better for them. We do everything. Our parents did this. We're not gonna do this. You know what I'm
And
saying?
sometimes in
That's what
doing
we
that,
are.
I feel like it kind of ruins our children too, because like we're not letting them be exposed to
I
those
think y'all
things.
that have younger kids
Ooh,
are doing that. Us that have older kids might have did it a little different
Sure.
because
and,
my
and
kids are 20 and 23,
so
and
that's so
they
that's what I'm
seen a
getting.
little bit.
I'm getting
They
at you with that, Queen.
Yeah,
I got my oldest is 23. My oldest is 23. And I got 7 year olds.
and how you
So
raise your
it's a
23-year-old is not how you raise your 7-year-old.
Yeah. No.
my 23-year-old was in the hood.
Your
I was a
23
young
year old
guy.
went through it with you, so it's a
Correct.
difference because I don't have those experiences that y'all have now. I don't have little kids and I don't have grandkids.
Correct.
So
So that's what I'm resonating with. Like so moving forward, like having them older kids and them being in the community and then having them younger kids. We out the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. But you still need to teach these kids about, man, don't let nobody push you down. Don't let
mhm.
nobody step over you. Don't let
Oh yeah.
nobody, you know
That's
what I'm
why.
saying?
That's why I never.
That's just that's the nature. You know what I'm
But
saying? But it's
just
a difference. Go
go
ahead,
ahead, Flo.
Jig.
No, Flo got it.
So
Flo
so
got
so just to sum it all up,
Go ahead, bro.
let's just forget if they're raised in the hood. Let's forget if they're raised in the burbs. Let's forget
Okay,
all that.
let's talk.
Tell them that they black.
Right,
That sums it all up. No,
it. Hmm.
teach them.
right.
Teach them
Oh,
all the negativity that can come,
oh,
regardless of where they live at, how
oh,
it comes about. Sum it all up. and just show them what the world thinks of
That's our
black
next
people and
topic.
what to expect of certain people. That's how you
Be-
sum that all up. I
That's
think you
that's
can.
our next topic, bro. I'm glad you said that. That's our next topic because I'm
Sum it up.
having a hard time resonating with my boys with the black and white situation because they in first grade. My 7-year-old, they in first grade. My oldest kid, they know the game. My 7-year-olds, where they go to school and they don't resonate because they in this same community. They is it's like five black kids out of it's like
Mm-hmm.
five it's like five black kids out of 20 kids in the class. You know what I'm saying? And I got two of them. You know what I'm saying? I got twin boys. And I got two of them at the class. So they don't resonate with white people and black people.
Sure.
Yeah,
This is
I
They
can
the
feel.
don't
I
same
can definitely
they
feel
don't
you
know
on
how to
that because
differentiate, right?
yeah, like because I
thing,
definitely can
bro.
tell you like with my twins, it's a it's a struggle. Like one of them is it's not really a struggle. I ain't gonna say it's a struggle, but one of them she's pro black and she's pro black. She loves the skin she's in. This and that third. Now the other like I don't see color. Everybody's everybody human. Like
That's
we're
bullshit, man.
and I'm just like, baby, I wish it were that way, but it's not. And
You always a color, baby.
that part,
And
and I'm
I
like,
got young boys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to resonate with them. You know what I'm saying? So like we be driving and they see sirens and they get so paranoid. They get so paranoid. They're like, oh, I ain't got my seatbelt on. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? What? I'm like, damn,
And they
that's
seven.
community. Huh? Say it again.
They're 7. They're 7 years old.
7 years old.
Okay. Okay.
First of
'Cause
all, what is they doing in the car with their daddy with no seatbelt on? Don't make me come to
that
St.
part.
Louis and get on you
They need to
too.
be in a car seat
Yeah.
too.
Look here,
They
sir.
need to be
Hey,
in a
look here,
car
sir.
seat too.
Hey, we got young naive, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just,
That's
you know, I'm
boys that's
messing.
gonna test it, that's gonna test the limits, you know what I'm saying? I'm that gentleman, you know what I'm saying? So I can resonate with them testing the limits, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, it's dinging. Ding ding ding. Man, the white got our seatbelts on. What's going on in the back? They
Yeah.
got their windows all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What what has
Y'all
happened?
kids raised in a different era now. It's just
It is, and like I
it's
said, one of
weird.
them. I think one of them gets it when I be like, "Baby, you black all day long," and the other like, "Why does that even matter? People are people. Everybody's human. You know, people are gonna be who they're gonna be." And like she like free, like love, free, peace. That's just her. And
and
I was like,
yeah,
"Bruh."
I get it, Wanda. Like I said,
What
I can resonate. That's one side of the window, sir.
And she's lighter
That's one side of the
complected than the
car.
other. Like she's lighter complected than the other one. And she was like, yeah, I don't understand. I'm like, well, regardless of your lighter complected or not, you still a nigga. You still black. And when you
Most
step
definitely.
into a room,
Hey,
My
you
kids don't
still gonna be
understand
black.
that black and white. They don't understand that black and white right now. You know what I'm saying? They're seven
most
years old.
My
They
girls
most
just
are
well,
they
well, well,
life.
14.
well, wait a
They
minute. Well, hold on, Dirk.
Go ahead, sir. Go
Because
ahead.
talk to me.
if Wanda is saying that her daughter is able to differentiate by saying that she doesn't see color, right? We have to start giving our children more credit for being smarter than we think they are. First of
This is
all,
true.
right? Because my son is brilliant. At 12 years old, this little Negro is brilliant, right?
Oh
But
goodness.
but but what I want to key in on is I want to salute Wanda again because that is the exact role of what a parent is supposed to do. A parent is supposed to create and involve ourselves in these hard, difficult conversations, right? So we can transmit reality to our
Yeah.
children. Now, it's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with Wanda's daughter believing the way she believed because Uncle Sir believed the same way too, for those who it applied to. I got some real close white friends, but I'm also not slow enough to think that all, like Muhammad Ali say, if 100 cobras is coming through the door and only
Yeah.
10 of them are my friend, do I leave the door open to wait till the 10 get in here? Or do I close the goddamn door?
So,
Right?
sir,
So,
Mm,
sir, let's take some 14-year-olds versus some 7-year-olds.
yes, sir.
That's the conversation. One of the twins are 14. My twins are 7.
Yes,
So
sir.
that,
Mhm.
They 2 girls and I got 2 boys.
But you still have one that still believe as your 7-year-olds believe.
Correct.
Because even though
They are different.
Wanda's telling her that, you still that color in her heart, she like, we all one. Just like your 7-year-olds is right now. And
Well,
she
my
might have been
7-year-olds
believing that since she was 7.
her 14-year-olds then went through. I know what one of the 14-year-olds then went through. They
Mhm.
are pure and they still pure, but they then went through. Man, they getting so much light right now at the end of their tunnel. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
For the negativities that it had
In the
previous.
beginning, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. The previous stuff they had in their life versus what they getting right now is totally different.
And it's our job as parents, right? See, and I'm gonna be quiet, right? But what
She's saying that.
for real?
He's saying that about 30 times. Go ahead, sir.
uh, uh,
Y'all a mess.
A hot mess. What what is happening? Like this podcast, for instance, right? It may not be to some others a major global phenomenon, but it is a very important piece in a puzzle, right? To bring us back to or create an atmosphere or create a space where
Mhm.
change can happen, right? So I'm just talking about me and my development. I'm not looking for nothing grandiose, right? So what I'm saying is slowly but surely, as a group of people, we're going to have to reclaim our own culture and redefine it and restructure it, right? Because
yeah.
it's all out of whack now. Uh, y'all was talking about the girl earlier with this foolish damn music. That I swear to God, if any of my cousins listen to it, I'm gonna slap them.
Who Sexy
Uh,
Red?
there you
Sexy
go,
red.
there you
She
go,
getting her
stanky
money,
red.
man. She getting
Yes,
her
That
money.
stanky.
hey.
I
I
ain't
don't,
mad
But
at
see
her.
here,
Get your
but see
money.
here,
When
but
she
see
gonna
here's
have
the
them
thing.
puppies?
If
I don't.
here's the thing,
Get
if
your
I
money. They need to be parents and parent their kids to not do what she
Stop
doing.
it, Flo.
Okay, that
but
part.
but what about the part we were talking about earlier, right? About the personal responsibility, right, to identify and observe, you know,
I can see
uh,
that
uh,
argument.
ill treatment. So just because she getting her money, at the same time, she is creating and becoming a destructive force, just like the dope dealers we was just talking
What
about.
is she destructing? Your child because you can't control your child?
Actually,
She's an
let
entertainer.
me help you
We
out with that. Let me
we
take
not
that question, sir. Let me take
get
that
it,
question.
Jay. Get it,
I'm
Jay.
sorry, I ain't trying to cut you off, but let me take that question. And this is from a
Oh
dude,
shit.
Get it.
and I'm gonna take this because if we don't leave our
Bro,
communities,
you
if
eat can,
we don't
bro?
travel
I need
abroad,
no
we
protein
don't
diet.
we don't
Okay.
see the dangers that these things actually create. We don't. You and Wanda can go to South Korea, and you know what people will say to you? What the men in South Korea or even Japan will say to you
Right.
They
My
gonna
because
bad.
say,
because the propaganda has been pushed out. But they'll look at you and they'll say, "Hey, you want to fuck?"
What?
but
Because
that's
there's
what
no
they do
respect.
over there though too.
No, it's not. No,
No,
it's
that's what
not.
they
I
do
thought
to
that's what they got
us.
the geisha
That
houses
is
for, and they.
no,
He
No,
no,
said
that's not
Korea. You
Korea.
talking about
That's Japan.
Japan?
absolutely
That's
not.
Oh,
geisha is
okay.
Japan.
No, that is not what they do. But the propaganda about us has been pushed out, and she's the face of you before you ever even go there.
Boy, look at this face.
She's
Face
not the
card
face
never.
of me.
He is your
Face card is
representation.
never
I
He
don't
declined
is
see
on
your
an
any of this.
entertainer
representation.
as the face of me.
Look,
You
No,
y'all,
would.
I
y'all are
don't.
fighting. You're
But
fighting against something that I'm telling y'all I've seen.
I
That's
mean,
what you're
I get
fighting.
what you say you seen, and I
Do
get what
you
you're
though?
saying. I'm not knocking what you're saying. I just don't see it like that because I know that's not me. Because that in that case,
It doesn't have to be you,
why would you
sis.
just?
It's
It's a number of
because
stars out here. It's
that's the propaganda, and that's how valuable people actually believe these stories that are pushed out about us. You don't have to go there. I used to tell my soldiers all the time, your name will PCS, which means permanent change of station, right? Your name will get to your next destination before you ever arrive there.
Somebody
I
She,
that
tell you
knows
what,
somebody gonna tell
yeah,
somebody about you. If they
about
hear
let
you.
that
me
music over there and see what they relate to
You.
as
She
cum
is all,
sluts and blah blah blah.
yeah, she's already represented who you are.
So Michael Jackson represented child. Like, do R.
That,
Kelly represent child? I mean, like,
well, no,
that
it
does
happens
not
to us too.
represent me.
It happens to us too, right? Because the
I'm gonna
rappers
say
who
that
are
my
putting
husband ain't having
bullshit
none of
out,
that. Dude would have
the
been punched
rappers who
right
are
in the
putting some
mouth.
bullshit out about us, right? That's who they think we are when we go there. Again, I was in South Korea, and
So,
motherfuckers were looking at me
so
crazy as
a
hell.
person should stop getting their money because of what somebody else think about them.
That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is understand the tool of propaganda and
I
know
understand
the
Hey,
know
watch
propaganda.
the
this. Hold on,
influence.
Glass. Let me stop her real quick. Watch this. There
Yeah,
go this third eye. So you just said somebody stopping somebody from getting money, regardless of what it is they doing. So watch this. You got kids. What are your kids?
Boys,
How old are your boys?
23 and 20.
So if your boys watch some niggas sucking dick every damn day and they making money off sucking dick every damn day, and you say, baby, fuck all the bullshit, go get your money. That's what
You
you
said
just said.
they
That's what
watch
you
it.
just said.
They watch it, but let me,
No, no,
cause
no, 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 no,
hold
no.
on, hold
That's
on,
what
hold
you
on. I'm
just
trying to make
said.
sure I got
I
it
don't
right.
I
I'm
don't
trying
think
to
that's
make
what
sure
she
I
was
understand
saying.
what you're saying. I'm trying to make sure I got it right.
You
And so
saying
with the
regardless of
parent,
what they're doing to make their money out there, you said you may not. But guess what? There's gonna be so many other young women that don't think
but
the way
that's
that
for
you
you, me
do.
as a parent to say, son, don't be out here sucking
I'm
dick.
not no
Sucking
take the
dick
parent
wrong.
out of it. Take the parent out of it. Take it out of it.
How you don't have a parent? I'm the one that let the child listen to Sexy Red.
I
How the
just put
parent ain't in it?
did I just prove my point, Glass?
you did
I'm
because
How?
because
confused.
on
But
a
I'm
global
confused on
scale.
what his thing was with the sucking dick. Got
Well,
me kind
listen,
of confused.
I'm never
But
saying your boys do that, ma'am. I'm never
listen.
saying your boys do
Come
that.
on,
No.
I'm
he's not
never
saying
saying they would either. But
no,
I
sis,
mean, I'm
but
secure with my kids, and I do think one of my kids is gay. Not
Oh,
my
fuck.
step kids. But I'm confused on where the sucking dick came from because
he was giving an example.
It
He
was
was
just an
giving an
example.
I
example.
got confused on the example of what they was doing in the
It was
example. Was
just an
he
example.
watching and getting money, or was he getting his dick sucked and getting money? I was confused.
It was just an example. You're reading too far into it. Don't go
So
that
just
far.
yeah, so it's
All
basically
I'm
just
saying,
like the propaganda.
is,
I get
all
what
I'm,
y'all saying. Don't get me wrong. I like to play devil's
Final
advocate. I
thoughts.
can't stand Sexy Red. Don't get me wrong. But I ain't mad that she getting her money though. I'm not mad about how she getting her money.
listen,
I just think
and here,
parents should have more control over what their kids listen to
and
and
I don't
how they
disagree.
accept that.
I don't
I
disagree, but
agree.
this
I
goes
agree.
back to we still with the mess, right? Because we have placed so much value in a fictitious currency,
Yeah.
something that's not real, that we've forgotten that we're so much more valuable than a dollar.
Yeah.
That's what
You
we
right.
forgot. That's in 2024, it's upon us. The black community is projected to spend, and I've said this before, $1.8 trillion. We've paid for wars that haven't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
We've already done that,
Hey, Cecil.
right? That's the issue. And that's the problem that we have to get back to and try and fix. So I'm not mad at Charleston White. He ain't gotta act like the shit he talking about. But is what he's saying fucking true? Is it
Sometimes.
true?
Man,
I'm just
it's just
saying I'm not gonna listen to somebody that ain't following their own advice.
final
Uh,
thoughts.
and, I'm not totally disagreeing with you. But again, I'm saying $1.8 trillion, and we're not spending that with each other. We're letting
Well,
everybody else.
sometimes we don't have good customer service.
No, that's not just customer service. It's
Sometimes
not.
it
Man,
is though.
We don't
you
have.
can't preach about being righteous and then you on the other side.
Well, then how many
Right.
politicians will you vote for to that
Man,
stand?
come on, bro. That's
We
we
need to
know
start
that's
governing
crooked,
I
our
but
feel
own
like I
we
have
selves.
talking
to.
about
I feel
we
like I
talking
have
about
to vote for
The
them
truth.
to be able to keep this
We
little
talking about
world
the
going that we
community,
live in.
and we
We
talking
need to
about
start
Charleston
governing
White
our
and
own
Charleston
selves.
and how valuable Charleston
Go
White
ahead,
is
Wanda.
for the
Go ahead,
community.
Wanda. Yeah. Now I know why your daughter is pro-black and proud. That's that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I
Charleston
do
White
know.
speaks
My
about the
kids have
community, but he's the biggest hypocrite in the community.
Yeah.
good. I am not. I am not 100% righteous, but that doesn't mean just like the last
I
time I was
agree.
the last time I was in St. Louis, right? We spent me, you, and G Ball. We spent time with Jameer, right? And he got jewels from
Valuable
all
time. He
three
got the
black men.
knowledge that
We had time to spend with a young black guy, with a young black
Charleston
kid,
White is,
and
is,
we
is
dropped.
so is Charleston White a OG? Because like you saying, we
But
drop
hold on,
gems.
just give me a second. Like,
Go
let
ahead,
me let me let me let me develop this real quick,
go ahead,
right?
go ahead.
We drop
Let them
gems.
cook. Let them cook.
Yeah, we drop gems to Lil Cuzzo, right? And we gave him everything that we wish we knew when we was his age,
Correct.
in the same fashion that we gave him, right? We did that. He didn't have to do the things that we did, and we made him a bet. Hopefully, we influenced it, and we still doing our shit.
He already. Go ahead, go ahead.
But you didn't snitch on them.
Nah, I'm not snitching at all. I'm just
No,
saying
no, no,
we're still human, we're still fallible.
no, no.
But
It was
truths,
like Jig was saying, we move differently. But
yeah, with the
my
truth,
14-year-old, the the guy he talking about, my 14-year-old
yeah.
Jameer, he's already on the intellectual level that is way beyond what I was on at 14. You see
I
what I'm
was able
saying?
to talk about astrophysics. I'm not able to talk to everybody about that shit. I'm a geek. I love
So one
astrophysics.
so one of the facts that Charleston White talked about was, you know what I'm saying? He had his mother and he spoke about his mother. He got a sibling. He got two siblings. He got a brother at the same time that his mother was going there grinding, but both him and his brother caught cases, murder charge. He said at 8 years old, his brother told him, he said, nigga, I'm gonna kill a nigga. At 8 years old. He was 10. His brother was 10. He was 8. Charleston White was 10. He said, I'm gonna kill a nigga because it was dealing with their father not being in the household. And when uh when his brother said, I'm gonna kill a nigga, he went downstairs. He said, oh bro, I'm gonna go downstairs. He went downstairs, he told his mama. He says mama whooped his brother at 10 years old for saying that he was gonna kill a nigga instead of trying to get a result, trying to
But
find
that's
out
all
where
she
his
knew.
anger was coming from. You see what I'm saying?
But
Yeah,
that's
That's the
all she knew.
community.
That's
I
how they
already
grew
know,
up.
mama already know, but the mother was so Christian, like God was gonna do this, God gonna
But
do
you
that,
see that in
God
our
gonna do it.
families. You see that in your family now. They hoard money. They hoard things. They keep family secrets. Everything is a secret.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they're raised. That's how
yeah.
they were brought up. It's like
Better say that
when they
shit.
get of
Yeah.
age now, they
So
all think
so
about
so watch
money.
the
Like the
interview.
poverty that they lived in has harmed them, and then they hinder us because a lot of us don't know nothing about what happened with our parents.
It was a great interview because he was like,
Yeah,
so I had a lot of men in my life. Same with me. When my father passed when I was 15 years old, bro. Yeah, I know.
one
You
of
know
the
what I'm
worst.
saying? Like Charleston White said, I had a lot of men in my life. You know what I'm saying? My father was never there. He was never there from the jump street. He was never there. Charleston White say I had the men in my life were. He said my grandfather owned a barbershop. My uncle owned this. He did this
Don't
and
move in
that.
front of us. I'll be
But he
right back.
said my grandfather was the biggest pimp that I know. My grandfather had shops, he had car washes, he had barbershops, he had this and that. But at the same time, that was the influence in my life. My grandfather was the biggest pimp I knew outside of my uncle. And my mother never resonated with. My mother never told me that this wasn't the way to be. My mother never told me this wasn't the way to be. She just tried to keep me from being like my grandfather and my uncle. She tried to keep me from being the other men in my life instead of teaching me and bringing me up on like this is what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? As a man,
She just probably didn't know how.
she didn't know. She didn't know. That's the lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. That's what I always go back to. Are we a part of our culture? Because our culture never taught us. We got so many influence in our lives. We got uncles. We got men. I'm gonna just speak about the men like Charleston White. Like, look at the men. Like we never had a father figure in our life. We never had that. I say we never had that father there. But we had uncles, we had cousins, we had grandfathers, we had everything that should have been beneficial in the black in our community. We had everything there instilled in us. But them guys were pimps. Them guys were bootleggers. Them guys were. We can speak about it. I never been taught how to be a man.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's the whole realm of. I get Charleston White. We never
And
been taught how to
a
be
little
a
bit,
man. All
maybe a
our
little
father
bit from
figures,
all of
all
those
our
things is what makes a
they was
man.
caught up
Maybe.
in it, but that was based off of the project. That was based off the community. That was based off how we were structured. That was based on how we lived. My father wasn't there, but I had my uncle, my cousin. You know what I'm saying? I had two uncles there. None of these niggas had a job. None of these niggas taught me how to be a man.
And see, when you talk about your life, I feel privileged.
But I'm just saying, I'm just speaking on, and that's why I respected Charleston White because he spoke on being a man, and he spoke on resonating with the men in the community. If the men in the community don't hold the other men in the community accountable, what the fuck we doing? We
Not a
fail.
thing.
We
But
failing
it's
each other.
mm,
So
okay. I feel
100%,
you.
100%, 110% on that one. Cuz. So let's move on to final thoughts on that note. Unless anybody else got anything to add to the conversation.
Hey, but hey, Dirt, that was your whole little thing, right? You just got off the chest,
I was just speaking on being a man in the
right?
community.
So you got it. So Glass,
Talk
he
to me.
changed his whole perspective on Charleston White from the beginning. Now he
No,
done
no, no,
changed it
no,
at the
no.
No,
end.
I
he just
told
no,
you
he did not.
I'm
He
I was
just
just
the
talking
respected
shit.
I
the
told you
fact.
I was
I'm
the
still with
biggest.
the mess. I'm still with the shit. I'm gonna talk shit.
No, no, no. I get you. I get you. But I was with Charleston White. I'm like, man, he big. So you don't think he a hypocrite, bro?
We all can be.
We
I
all
don't
are.
I
I
don't
agree
care.
with you on that.
I definitely
That's
agree with
that's
that.
But
that's not
I'm speaking on the positive men in the community.
okay.
If you're trying to be positive in my community, if you're trying to be positive with my kids,
But then stand on that square.
stand on that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Does the mean
What do you
justify the
want?
ends?
That's the question. Because that's where I was
Right.
going next. Does the
So
mean
we still an influence on our community then.
You need to go outside.
Because all our men in our community are not held accountable because we can do this, we can do that.
you know what? You know what? I think this for our next podcast, and it should be said, and I'm with this shit. Because it's been a huge thing holding men accountable, right? Holding men accountable, and the hope is we get participation from our sisters, uh, and they have input.
Let's
But
push
love for the questions that come from the sisters about how do men hold men accountable.
men, how men, and then we can do the conversation about women. But let's focus on the men.
Let's
Let's focus
focus on.
on
Let's do that. Let's
because
do
the
that.
men in the community hold so much. Man, they hold so much juice.
I'll be the first to say, and I put a post about this out on TikTok. Men, we have failed our community at large. I'll be the first one to say it. At least that's my opinion. That's my
Gee,
opinion.
I went to dinner with my oldest daughter, you know what I'm saying, last weekend. And I seen where I felt, bruh, I done felt my family. Like me being the biggest contributor to the family, to the pot, to the everything that
Being a
how we
patriarch.
move, you know what I'm saying, the family functions, everything, like I failed my family. And that's what I'm saying for us, like I feel about Charleston White and you a hypocrite, bro. How do you say we need to move this and that? And you did your movement. I get you where you did your movement. But now you done push the whole negative energy, a whole negative vibe towards the community that's detrimental to us. Let's fix it.
Let's
You
and
out here, let's fix it.
I'm
It's a
willing to talk.
conversation.
I think we owe, at least for our panel and for the bloodliners, we owe our community an answer to that. Right. I think we should explore it, and we should dig into it, and we should be uncomfortable with a lot of things that are brought up and said, because there are various different aspects to where the
Mhm.
men in our community, we failed absolutely, unequivocally, without any excuses for it. Right, we have, and we can push forward with that. Let's do that for the next. Well, we'll talk about it today, but
Like like
I,
Blowing Sir said, it should be uncomfortable for us. It
yeah,
shouldn't be no good conversation that's not uncomfortable. If we having a conversation that everything just flowing and ain't nothing uncomfortable or no issues
Mm.
are being drawn,
Something wrong.
what we doing?
yeah. So go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
You muted,
Unmute
sir.
yourself, baby.
Thank you so much, Wanda. Does anybody remember that movie Rosewood?
I
Oh,
love
absolutely.
that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a nigga.
So so we recognize that in the movie Rosewood that there were some key players or key people in there who were defending their community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. However, there was a larger structure at work, right, that kind of shaped their actual culture and their lifestyle, right? So I agree 100%. We as black men need to hold each other accountable, and we have done a horrible job. However, in order to fully come full circle in our experience as a group, right? Because every other group does it, but we don't do it. We need to control every aspect of our
Yeah.
function. We need to control our economics. Because if we only control our accountability and our spirituality, but don't control our economics, we might as well start to fuck over. Because
Yep.
we can be moved, shift, and shaped. And I'm just telling you, we can be
Yeah.
moved, shift, and shaped if we're not in control of our economics. We don't even control the food that we eat. That we don't even grow our own food.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So we can get as accountable as we want to be. As soon as they put a tank in front of Snooks and Kroger's, all you niggas, including me, you're gonna march back to the cotton field.
Mm.
If you don't die first. If you're not willing to die first.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, I'm gonna say final thought is
Well, hold on,
Let
hold on,
Cuzzo,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
let
oh
If we
Cuzzo speak.
look at Rob.
oh my
we gotta
little
get
Hello, what you eating, bro?
I'm eating all the most fucked up food I can before I gotta start training again.
Man, you in shape, bro. Fuck that
That
training
little
shit.
wing
You in
drink, that
shape,
little
bro.
wing drink must have been good. That little wing drink must have been good. I can tell why
Hey,
that like
I-
on
what
the level. She on the level.
yeah,
What
that
you
Yeah.
little wing.
fighting, bro? Or what you doing, Flo?
I bodybuild, bro. Glasses,
Bodybuilder.
baby.
Bodybuild, okay. A bodybuild.
Yeah. I just
No,
won like
we
2
don't.
shows in a row, 2 weeks in a row.
Flo, I owe you an interview. So you can talk all about the bodybuilding. But I'll give you a shot. We'll rap about that. We'll rap
I'm
about that off.
retired, Square. I'm good. Tell me when you're ready.
What you want?
All right, so let's move into final thoughts. Sada, you started on yours. So let's get with you.
Okay, so my final thought is I do be agreeing with y'all. I just like to play devil's advocate a whole lot. Except
Gets
for
on
with
my
the Charleston
nerves.
White thing.
You and
I
Fat
can't
Bo.
stand I can't stand Charleston White though. But I do agree with y'all on a lot.
You can't stand Charleston White, but you like Sexy Red.
I don't like Sexy Red either.
Hey, what
I
she
Good.
just
said.
Well, you my
I just
friend
said
again.
I
You my
believe in
friend
allowing
again.
young people to get their money, but I don't agree with what I don't like none she's saying. I mean, Tuskegee
You
is
my
okay,
friend
but
again. Good.
other than that, but it's cool. But I do be agreeing with y'all. I just like to play devil's advocate, and that's just me. I like to have another point of view, and
What I'm
it
talking
might be
about.
Ain't
ignorant
nothing wrong
sometimes,
with it.
and it's just to see if we can develop conversation. But
Right.
I
That's
like
me
this.
on the
I be forgetting
podcast,
about
That's
man.
y'all
all
though
we heard.
sometimes. I be forgetting about y'all on Friday.
Don't be forgetting.
Don't forget about us. We're here.
Then you gonna say that out in our face?
Yeah.
I'm
Don't say
just
And
that.
saying I did. I did.
also remember, we don't take sponsors on purpose. So any donations will help. Because we want to be able to continue to say what we want to say and do what we want to do when we do it. That's why we don't take outside sponsorship.
So
We've
you
had
can
a
hear
lot.
your cuss words, well.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people that wanted to sponsor us, but then we would have to play by their rules, and that's not what we do here.
If
We make
y'all
our
want me to be a Christian, I know how to be a Christian, Lance. I know how to act the act.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you
Who's
with
next
Charleston
on
White.
Final
You
Thought?
Charleston White at his finest. You know how to play the role.
Praise God.
final thoughts. Who next up on final thoughts? Flo?
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Talk
Uh,
to us.
I really ain't got nothing much more to say. But I'm glad she said what she said as far as playing devil's advocate. I thought we was beating on a dead horse in this one. I swear to God, I was like, damn, is she this slow for real? That's just what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it because I'm a Christian on Fridays, but tomorrow I'm gonna be a Muslim. So tomorrow you're gonna get the raw. If this interview was tomorrow, I'm Louis Farrakhan. You feel me?
Oh, okay. You're gonna be
Yeah.
fast.
That's it. But no, great conversation, guys. I love it, and hey, I appreciate you guys letting me on. I have nothing else.
Oh, thank
Appreciate
you.
appreciate the comments and everything.
Sir, you up next.
Look at him. He deep in thought.
With that nice hoodie on.
Deep
That
deep in
nice
thought.
hoodie that he won from them picks in the NFL.
That's right. Final thoughts. I just simply believe that the pen of destiny should contain the ink and be written in the blood of our sacrifice and our struggle.
Mm.
There's no other way to do it.
All right now.
Okay.
Love you, bro.
Okay.
I
All
know.
right.
And I'm still bringing my son over there, and you can't whoop.
Oh, if he coming over here, he getting a whooping.
Where you
I
going?
know
My
it.
crib or my crib? Because if he come over here, if he get out of line, hey, look here, little sir.
And I salute you. Tap that ass. Bust him up.
We
No,
act
but as
accordingly
usual,
over
I've
here.
enjoyed myself. I love this panel. I love the people on the panel, and y'all are doing
Love you, bro.
a great service to our community.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you,
Thank
bro.
you.
Always. Hey, sir, we appreciate you. Look, he just gonna cut me off like that.
I
But
did.
love
Wow,
y'all.
wow.
You
You're
make me go first.
fine. Get that drink.
I know that Wink's
Go.
doing it,
I was
ain't it,
drinking.
baby?
I was drinking water. That was water.
Okay.
As, as always, guys, don't forget to brush your floss at least twice a day. Oral health is overall health. Also, I just want to say happy birthday, early birthday to my grandma. She'll be 80 on Sunday.
Awesome.
So happy
Awesome.
birthday, Cecilia.
Awesome.
What else?
Like, it's
I
like the
think
Jamaicans.
I think that's all I got. That's
All right.
it. Yep.
All right. Dirt, you up next. Final thoughts, Cuzzo.
I thought I gave my final thoughts. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Love your people, man. No handshakes. Bring it in for the hug one time, for the one time.
Mm.
That's how we do it right here. Cabin Clan, double C's. You know what I'm saying? It's just stop the BS. Stop the BS.
That includes
Like I
them
say,
elders too.
Mm.
elders are elders. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people that's not elders, they can resonate with our elders. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of y'all are the same people. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time,
That's my Shannon
I,
Sharp face.
I love Shannon Sharp, but at the same time, a lot of elders act like the elder siblings or the elder. You know what I'm saying? The elder cousin in the family. You know what I'm saying? So you got to
It,
resonate with that. You know what I'm saying? Stop with the oldest and eldest in the family and just resonate with the people that's right next to you. Because they're the same people. Final thoughts.
So, my final thoughts, last but not least, J Glass, the movement, as always, be the picture of love that you want to see. Give that to people. It's okay to be
Yes.
vulnerable. It's okay to take time to yourself and reset if you need to, and do that. Uh, can't forget that it is holiday season, and it is also, without correlation, one of the highest times for self-inflicted wounds. What I mean by that is suicides. So if you have time, reach out to your folks, friends, loved ones, or even see somebody who's by themselves. Try and be an addition to them in their lives. Make sure nobody is going down the path of self-harm. We don't have to do that. We're better than treat everybody as they are, which is a human at the end of the day. And remember that we're all fallible beings. And like I always say, give a little more grace, a little more mercy, and sprinkle that with copious amounts of love, and be better. Let's be
Mhm.
better for you. So those are my final thoughts. With that
share a
being,
smile, give a hug. They free.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What you
absolutely.
said, Cuzzo. You hear me?
Hey Dirk,
Absolutely.
whatever you drink tonight, don't drink it next Friday, please.
It was water.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I was genuine, and I was, you know what I'm saying. And
No,
then when
no,
I
I ain't
said
talking
what
on
I
that
said,
tier.
you know what I'm saying. You gonna get my true thoughts.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
I see. Cause baby, whatever you drink, boy, it's got you on
Hey,
You
fire
gonna get my
tonight.
true
I,
thoughts.
I
I
didn't know
love
what
it.
he was
I
talking
love it.
about for a second.
I was on Jack and Coke last week.
Was you?
Yes, sir.
Well, you must. Well,
Yes, sir.
you
No
must have had a
pun
little bit
intended.
more.
But I love
You
you,
must have
good
had a little
people.
bit more Jack. You must have had a little bit more Jack tonight.
Hey
Oh
man, I'm
my
done
god.
talking to you, bro. I'm done talking to you.
No, it's only
So
because I love your passion. I love your passion. I love your passion,
You
brother.
gonna
I'm
get
just
my
jabbing it. I
energy
love your
each and every
passion.
week. You know what I'm saying? Hey
Woo.
Flo,
I
what
love
you
your
laughing
passion.
at, bro? Hey, come on, man.
Nigga,
Now who
I
got
lost you. I don't know what you was talking about in that last little part.
We was
You done
talking.
switched
Me and Sir
subjects
was
on the
talking
nigga real quick.
everybody,
who got volleyball games and
like
karate practice to get up to go to in the
volleyball
morning?
over with.
like
I got a
always.
basketball game in the morning. Twins got a game
Hey,
at
good night,
8 o'clock
y'all. I'm
in
finna
the
watch
morning.
Pornhub. I love you guys.
In the
Oh,
wise words
Flo
of
is a
Russell
fool.
Simmons.
Look, Flo feeling good. Look,
In the
Flo
Flo
feeling
wise
is a
words
good.
of
He
fool.
Russell
talking about
Simmons.
me.
Thank
Flo
y'all
feeling
for
good.
coming out. God
God
bless and
bless.
good night.
Good night, Queen. Love you, honey.